Abbiamo parlato molto di alimentazione e quello che noi mangiamo nasce dalla terra. L'importanza che la terra sia sana e l'importanza di avere cibi variegati è alla base di una dieta sana ed equilibrata ed è un tema ricorrente tra tutti gli interventi che abbiamo fatto finora. Ieri la fisica Vandana Shiva ci ha parlato dell'importanza dell'agricoltura sostenibile e oggi attraverso un video, non può essere in presenza, quindi abbiamo dei contenuti video da parte sua, ci parlerà di come cambiare il mondo con ogni boccone, tutelare la biodiversità agricola per tutelare il genere umano. Ce ne parla la dottoressa Vandana Shiva della Navdanya International, fisica, attivista ambientale e sostenitrice della sovranità alimentare dall'India.
Greetings to all of you. Join you. We are what we eat, and what we eat is the connection to the entire web of life. I see food as the currency of life. Nutrition is what flows throughout the creation. We are part of one living earth, one complex ecological web of life, woven by biodiversity, from the microbial to the planetary level. We are not separate from nature and the earth. Biodiversity and our food connects us as one earth family. Biodiversity is an organizing principle of healthy ecosystems. The health of all beings is interconnected through biodiversity, mutuality, symbiosis. The dominant false paradigm sees us as all separate, the earth as inert and dead matter, and, most importantly, sees everything being in competition with everything else, which is not true. Nature and true community works through cooperation. Biodiversity is the source of health in the continuum in the web of life, from healthy soils to healthy plants to a healthy gut and healthy humans. The health of our gut microbiome is increasingly being recognized as the basis of health. The biodiversity outside and the biodiversity within us is interrelated. The biodiversity in our soils, the biodiversity on our farms and plates cultivates and nourishes the biodiversity in our gut microbiome. The planet's health and our health is one health. And health means to be whole, to be integral, to have the capacity to heal when you slip in your wholesomeness. The earth has her systems broken, but she can be healed just as much as the discussions on the multiple diseases overtaking us, including the mental diseases, as very violent and brutal, unscientific systems not related to health, but related to wiping out small economies, small professions, the corner store, the cafe, the village community. This is a contest between a genocidal bigness, which is the logic of a cancer cell, and the thriving of life from the soil to our bodies. The soil is not inert dead matter. It's not an empty container. The soil is vibrant. Healthy soils are full of biodiversity, which maintains the planet's health by participating in and maintaining the cycles that run the planet and the earth and ecosystems. The carbon cycle, the nitrogen cycle. 1 tiny gram of soil contains as many as 1 billion bacterial cells consisting of tens of thousands of taxa, up to 200 million fungal hyphae, and a whole range of mites, of nematodes, of earthworms, of arthropods. 1 teaspoon of living soil contains 6 billion microorganisms containing 1 billion bacteria, which translates into biomass of 1 ton per acre. 1 square cubic meter of the soil contains 1,000 earthworms, which are the true producers of soil fertility. 50,000 insects, 12 trillion roundworms. 1 cubic meter of healthy soils can have 25,000 kilometers of mycorrhizal fungi. Living soils are really fungal networks, and it's being called the World Wide Web in the soil. The fungi are living intelligent systems that select and discriminate, give and take nutrients in mutuality. They're intelligent filters which are seeking out essential nutrients, absorbing them and sharing them with plants. They exclude harmful substances. The intelligence to choose between the good and the bad, the toxic and the healthy. The ability of living organisms to discriminate between essential and harmful substances and only encourage exchange of the beneficial through the protective membranes of what makes life and health possible begins from the tiniest cell. Goes on to microbes, the organs of our bodies as a whole, and Gaia, the earth, as a living system. As Albert Howard has written in Soil and Health, the soil is in fact full of living organisms. It is essential to conceive of it as something pulsating with life, not as a dead inert mass. There could be no greater misconception than to regard the earth as dead. A handful of soil is teeming with life. The living fungi, bacteria, protozoa, invisibly present in the soil complex, are known as the soil population. This is what makes life on Earth possible. This is what makes food possible. This is what makes health possible. And combined with this diversity in soil is the diversity of plants. For nearly 4 decades, I have been building movements to grow diversity. Because if we grow diversity, we grow more food and we grow health. Because the biodiversity performs all the ecological functions that we need, controlling weeds, of controlling pests, of managing the soil, of managing the water. And now there is so much body of scientific knowledge that the ecological functions of biodiversity are what create productive ecosystems. The destructive functions of agrochemicals actually degrade all ecosystems, plant health, and human health. That's why regeneration of living systems of biodiversity is an imperative. Navdanya, the movement I started, means 9 seeds, but it also means the new gift. It's the new gift of life. It's the new gift of diversity. It's the new gift of the commons. And over these years, as we have grown diversity, we practice what we call biodiversity-based regenerative agriculture. Diversity on our farms and our plates has not only increased the ecological stability of our ecosystems, it has increased the available nutrients. We have 106% more copper, 61% more manganese, 243% more molybdenum, 64% more zinc, 120% more chromium, 72% of all trace elements. The more you intensify biodiversity, the more you increase ecological resilience as well as productivity. Productivity is how you grow more food. We are now realizing that the health of the soil, the health of the plants, and our health is one health. We are interbeings. We are made of the soil. We are made of the plants we eat. We are made of what the plants eat from the soil. We are made of what the pollinators help the plants to grow. Our research has shown that when we don't use pesticides and the bees and the butterflies and the pollinators thrive, we produce 1/3 more food. It doesn't come from our work. It comes from the work of insects, beneficial insects. We are interbeings in this web of life, interconnected through this mutuality and give and take. The bee pollinates the flower. The bee gets honey. The flower gets the next generation of offspring. This is the mutuality where everyone gains, rather than the extractive economy where everyone except a handful are losing. We are multi-species organisms. We are an ecological community, a complex, self-organized, self-regulated ecosystem. And what brings humility is that we are 90% other beings, primarily our fellow microbes that keep us healthy. The biodiversity within us is shaped by and maintained by the diversity in our external environment and in our food. The human microbiome consists of all microbes, bacteria, fungi, viruses that live within us and on us, including the skin, the mammary glands, the seminal fluids, uterus, ovarian, in every one of our ecosystem. It has been estimated that there are 380 trillion viruses inhabiting us. Viruses are not our enemies till we make them adversities. We are viruses. We are walking viruses. Our gut has 100 trillion microorganisms of 100 species. This is 100,000 times more microbes in our gut than people on this planet. To function in a healthy way, the gut microbiome needs a diverse diet. And a diverse diet needs a diversity in our fields and gardens. A loss of diversity in our diet causes ill health. The system of health in India, Ayurveda, 10,000 years old, has recognized that. It has recognized that we must every day eat 6 tastes, all the tastes, including the bitter taste, because our gut needs all that diversity. Western science is now starting to realize what Ayurveda has known for 10,000 years, that the body is not a machine. Food is not fuel that runs the machine on Newtonian laws of mass and motion. Food is not mass, it is living. We call it Annam Brahman, the creator. It creates our health. It's the system that is part of the creation, the currency of creation. It is the source of life and the source of health. We now know that the gut microbiome is where health begins and where disease begins. It is now being called the second brain, the enteric nervous system with 50 to 100 million nerve cells and sensors, each of which needs a different diet. One Health means we recognize the microbial biodiversity is important for building our immune system. A healthy gut has diversity as well as an effective barrier between the inside of the gut and where the microbes break down food and the gut-associated immune system. And these complexities of how toxics in our food, ultra-processed food, invasive chemicals in our body are disrupting this delicately balanced, self-organized system that our body is and a healthy system is. Just as soil microbes help plants grow and stay healthy, microbes in our bodies provide us with nutrients and maintain our physical and mental health. They strengthen our resilience while facing disease. Because we are more bacteria than human, when the poisons we use in agriculture, such as pesticides and herbicides, reach our gut through food, they can kill beneficial bacteria. Our gut microbiomes process the food we eat, transform it into nourishment for our body and brain. Like biodiversity, our gut microbiome, biodiversity, provides the vital ecological functions of providing and absorbing nutrients, protecting us against pathogens, maintaining barriers to filter the beneficial from the harmful. The gut microbiome participates in vital processes, including digestion, energy, metabolism, synthesis of vitamins and other nutrients, and the development and regulation of our immune system. The gut has taste sensors, and each of them processes and creates the different metabolic systems that our body needs. As Maya has said, the multitude of phytochemicals derived from a diet rich in biodiversity, combined with the array of perfectly matching sensory mechanisms in our gut, synchronizes our internal ecosystem, our gut mechanism, our gut microbiome with the world around us. The gut sensory system is the national security agency of the human body, and we have to take care of it. And it begins with the food we eat and how that food was grown. I have realized over these many years that eating is a conversation. between the plants, the soil, the cells in our gut, the cells in our food, and between our gut and our brain. Eating is an intelligent act. It's a conscious act. It's a healthy act. It's an act at the deepest cellular and microbial level. The cellular communication is the basis of health and well-being. It is also the root of disease when we become careless or we are forced to participate in poison systems. If we could listen to our bodies, our knowledge would be more in sync with the intelligence of our bodies, which is the real intelligence of our minds. Unlike what Descartes said, who with arrogance said, "I am a thinking thing without a body." No, we are all bodies, but we are intelligent bodies. Every cell in our body is intelligent. Through the ecological science of agroecology and Ayurveda, our minds could catch up with the intelligence of the earth, our bodies, all the amazing potentials that living systems have. Eating is an act of communication. In eating, we communicate with the earth, the farmer, and those who transform our food. And our food communicates with the beneficial bacteria in our gut. And through this communication, our health is maintained and our resilience to disease is increased. We can literally change the world with every bite of food. Thank you.